Testing, testing. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Just waiting for chat to catch up. Make sure all the audio is working. Because audio just loves to go wrong during live streams. It just absolutely loves to do it. All right, it looks like everybody can hear me. Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome to Trying to Solve In Space With Markiplier. So, basically what the gist of this stream is that I have been enjoying the new YouTube Red series In Space With Markiplier. If you haven't seen it, link is in the description. Go watch it. I really love all the Do Somethings with Markiplier series. If you don't know what they are, they're choose your own adventures genres, choose your own adventure videos, and you go on an adventure with the YouTube Markiplier. Jake Shirey, thank you very much for the donation. What? I wasn't paying attention. Looks like the super chat still isn't working quite right. Yeah, I've got super chats. They're supposed to appear on the screen, but it looks like I still haven't got them quite right. But yeah, so doing something with Markiplier. It's a choose your own adventure series. I've been in love with it ever since A Heist with Markiplier. There's a date with Markiplier, A Heist with Markiplier, and his latest one that just came out last week is In Space with Markiplier. Again, link is in the description if you want to go check it out. But what Markiplier did in this latest series was that he created a mystery of sorts. And I've been just obsessing over figuring it out. So I was like, you know what? I have an audience. I can drag them along with me. But I thought, in all honesty, I thought it'd be fun to just like kind of make a video about it. Cause we get down to it. YouTube is still media, and I am a media reviewer. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go over it. So, pull this up. So, the first thing I did, just to show you guys how dedicated I am to this, the first thing I did was this. Yeah, so I mapped it out. I mapped out In Space with Markiplier. It's really dawning on me like just how ridiculous I've gone with this. Just because I was trying to figure out certain things, and in case I know some people are curious. Hey, hello, hey everybody, welcome in. We're just getting started. In case you're curious about the route I took on my initial try, in Heist with Markiplier, I didn't take it seriously. I just tried to kill Mark in A Heist with Markiplier. I tried to speed run his death. I failed because in Heist, like there's like a 3-video way to kill Mark. But this time in Space with Markiplier, I took it really seriously, and I forgot to start the music yet again. Hold on, let me get that background music. You guys can let me know if it's too loud or not. This one. All right, so let me know if it's too loud, and I'll do something about it. In fact, I'll go ahead and turn it down a little bit right now because it's too loud for me. But what software did I use to start this out? Excel. This is Microsoft Excel. But the path I went. Okay, so obviously in space, everybody starts at the beginning. You're introduced to Mark as the captain. You are the captain. You play as the captain. Put out the fire or fix life support. Again, did I finish my sentence earlier? I don't know if I did. I took this series seriously the first round. So I went through it trying to make the best decisions I thought my character would make. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit more. So what software did you use to dot this out? Yeah, Excel, Microsoft Excel. Oh, you're probably just behind. Okay, so the first route I took was I fixed life support. That was the first thing I did, because I was like, I didn't know what the computer did specifically in the front, and I was like, I put the colonists' lives ahead. I was like, that's priority. So I figured without life support, everybody would probably die. So I did that first, and then when all the stuff started going wrong, I woke up the crew, because I was like, my character clearly has no idea how to fix this stuff, and the other stuff was like stupid stuff, wear disguise, call for backup. So I woke up the crew, and basically that leads to what I think is the best ending, in my opinion. There are 5 different endings in the first act. Like, this first act is a standard do something with Markiplier. So you can pick where you go. Yeah, in the Do Something with Markiplier series, it's a choose your own adventure game. Normally the paths are unique. You will almost never see a duplicate path. Well, yeah, almost never, I guess, is a good way, because sometimes there are some duplicates, but In Space with Markiplier made it so that there were lots of ways of getting to the same place with different destinations. But I got to the I do everything path, where you reach a planet, but you're the one fixing everything, and you think that after you die, everyone around you is going to like fail. But there are 5 different endings in the first act. There's the Mark does everything ending, where you make Mark do everything. Major spoilers for In Space with Markiplier. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a good series. I want to give Mark as much attention to that as possible, because I want more stuff like this. Like, even if Markiplier doesn't make it, I want YouTubers to make stuff like this, because I think it's just insanely amazing, the stuff that he puts into this. But yeah, there's the Mark does everything, where you make Mark do everything and then he eventually kills you. The waiting for it to happen, where you're constantly expecting something to happen. The ghost ship, where you wake up and everyone is dead for some reason. It's all a dream, where you just think it's all a dream and then you eventually get killed. And the I do everything. Like I said, I think the I do everything is the best ending, but you could say the Mark does everything is the best ending. The I do everything, only one person dies, and it's Mark. The Mark does everything, only one person dies, and it's you. So it's debatable. My favorite choice is fix it from the outside. Well, my favorite video is where you fix it. You try to fix cryo from the outside. You wake up and you speed run Mark fixing everything. I love that. It's so hilarious. Hold on, let me bring that one up. Let's see here. Put up. Let's see.
Come on.
Here it is. Fix it from the outside. This one right here is my absolute favorite. And then you haul. Yeah, so the captain is just basically constantly throwing Mark into the dangerous situations.
Defense system online.
Have we been here before? Is it a video game? Why are there different choices? Link is in the description. Go check it out. It's a YouTube Red series that Markiplier's done, and at the end you just get to make different choices. But my absolute favorite part is this part right here. You drag him to cryo. Captain, why?
Colonists' core temperatures rising to unsafe levels.
Oh my goodness, that one it destroyed me when I first saw it. Okay, so so yeah, There are 5 different endings you can choose from. But the thing is, in the first act, what gets really weird in the first act is that I didn't realize this before because I took the flawless route where you fix everything and then you land on a good planet. In the first act, if you die, you get born again. In the first act, if you die, you get born again into your pod. So it's weird with the Do Something with Markiplier series because he never had you reset before. He might have you go. I think he's had you gone in a loop before. I'm not 100% sure, but he's never had you like reset. Like if you died, that was an ending. But with these, you die and then you would start over. So like right here, if you choose to wear a disguise, you die and then you go up here to this route where you would both put out and fire and wear a disguise are death routes, and they both lead to here. But your goal in the first act is to get to an ending where you believe the ship is safe and your death is pretty much final. I think the main goal is just to make the ship safe. Like everything you do in here is fixing the ship in the first act. Then you go into the light where your character thinks they're going to be dead permanently, and that's when Act 2 begins, where you wake up and you realize that no, even if the ship is safe, you cannot die. And that's where all this comes into play. So my route, like I said, I went to do everything. There's only one way to get I do everything. I called an emergency meeting. Then I sent a distress signal. I did not attack Wug, which means I'm up here. I told the criminal that we didn't need her help, but it doesn't matter what you say on this part. You're going to accept the criminal's help, even if you tell her you don't need it. The narrator just forces you. I didn't open the first door because it was obviously a trap, and that leads to Gunther betraying you. And I called for backup. That leads to the puppet show, and the puppet show automatically leads to the ending, which is where you reach the core. No matter where you go, no matter what you... Well, there are 3 different endings to the second act. There's the Reach the Core, the Trapped Forever, and Forever Frozen, which Forever Frozen, I think, is the closest to a good ending in the... I think it's the closest to a good ending in... to this in Space with Markiplier, because as you begin to see this mission, you begin to understand like what's going on. You cannot die, and you eventually get a device from the criminal to travel to different dimensions. So there are certain things you have to do before you get to the end, and the way this is structured, it makes you do it. You always have to meet Wug. You always have to meet the lady. That's literally her character's name, the lady. And you always have to get the device from the criminal. There are different ways you can do that, but you always eventually wind up doing that. And once you get the device, you can jump between universes at will. You don't have to die to do it. So what I was obsessing about is because once you reach the core, that's where you meet old Markiplier, or old Mark. I don't think his name's actually Markiplier in this series, but you meet old Mark, and he tries to take you down. He doesn't try to kill you; he just tries to take you down. And once he does, he takes you and himself to outside of the universe, I think it is. And once there, I'm really jumping ahead of myself. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. You get to In Space, you get to the ship, you go to sleep, and there's an error with your pod. And a lot of people think that this is where like the issue starts, the fact that there's an error with your pod. Possibly, but I'm not 100% convinced on that. And then this is where you just start dying and being born again. So the weirdness starts here in Act 1. But once you get to Act 2, that's when you get the crystal, and that's when you're told to, what's it like? There's the engine detects an anomaly, and you're supposed to be finding the anomaly and resolving it. And I thought, when I was playing this, I was wondering what could be the anomaly. I was like, are we the anomaly? Is the portal the anomaly? My first instinct, I'm not gonna lie, my first instinct, I thought MatPat was the anomaly, because MatPat shows up in that first scene and then he almost never shows up again. And I'm like, MatPat's a big YouTube star. I feel like it's weird that they used him only once. He shows up 2 more times. Once in the, I think it's when Mark does everything, he shows up as a picture. And then he also shows up once when you are thinking about your crewmates. Give me a moment. I'm just checking something right quick. I'll turn the music down a little bit more. That's off. I didn't mean to turn it off. So the mystery is like, there are a couple of mysteries. A, what's the anomaly? B, what caused the anomaly? And C, what's up with old Markiplier? Like, how did old Mark get to the point where he felt he needed to stop you? How do you reckon part 2 will play out? Similar to Heist and Date with the whole multiple endings, or this same as Space Part 1? The thing is, like, part 1, the part with old Mark clearly indicates that, like, we kind of have to get to there. We have to get to the point where old Mark makes sense. So I think in some ways it's all gonna connect to that. To be fair, MatPat is busy with a wife and kid these days, and his 3 theory chat. Yeah, once I saw MatPat's picture in 2 other videos, I was like, okay, it's probably not him. He was probably just too busy for the thing, or for some reason he wasn't in it more. I just thought it was really weird that such a huge YouTube star was only in it for so long. I was like, maybe they're building him up. Paradox detected. I thought it was the captain, but then after getting the good ending, it was Mark. But it did make me think with the scene of keeping the captain asleep in his pod. Yeah. So, I'm trying to keep my thoughts together because they're all scrambled. Introverts know conversations always go better in your head than when you actually have to execute them. But again, eventually I figured out, oh, paradox detected. Our job is to sort the paradox, find the paradox and sort it out. So the crewmate, the captain, kind of thinks it's the portal or the warp core or something, because he or she keeps trying to get back there. That seems to be what they're thinking. My initial, like I said, I thought it was MatPat. I also thought maybe it was the captain, but I was like, no, it can't be the captain because the warp core didn't do anything when it saw the captain. It did do something. It gave the captain the crystal because it needed to use him as a host. I thought maybe it was the lady because she was warping around, like she warped in before we did anything. I was like, okay, maybe it's her and she doesn't realize what she's doing. But the key thing is, though, the warp engine, the warp core, activated when old Mark got involved. And this is what's really weird, because we don't know old Mark's full story. We don't know why he thinks the captain is killing people, how he came to that conclusion, and what he says he's done a lot of things he's sorry about, all the stuff he's done. So my prediction is, hold on, let me go. Let me show some stuff. Cause I gotta show what I'm talking about. And the music is honestly driving me crazy, so I'm gonna turn it off. I was trying to have some background music for y'all to listen to, but it's driving me nuts. So I want to show this because there are a couple scenes that are very, very important, and I want to make sure you guys see what I'm talking about. So, let's see. Yeah, this will help keep my mind focused. So, this is when we first get in the pod right here. Okay, let's look at this. Yes, through that, and then we first get in the pod right here.
Wormhole opening in 10, 9.
The wormhole tries to open. Something goes wrong.
Wormhole opening in 3, 2.
A software update is available. Would you like to restart to apply?
A lot of people think the software update is what's causing all this, you know, because it happened right before all the weirdness happened. And I'm not 100% sure about that.
Apply this update?
See, then this right here, it looks like we're going through a wormhole.
Don't give up.
Did you hear that? I never heard that part before. Wow. I never heard that part before. Let me rewind that.
Don't give up.
Yeah, somebody whispers into the mic, "Don't give up." I never heard that before. Oh, here you go. Here you go, subtitles. I probably should have had those on this whole time I was watching this.
Software update complete.
Good morning, Captain. We are currently years into our journey. Coffee is en route. Current ship status is
absolutely catastrophic.
All right, so I want, given that you saw that the if you look at this at the captain's hand.
Good morning, Captain. We are currently years.
Where is it? Don't give up. Comes out.
Software update complete.
And
Good
the
morning,
captain's
Captain.
hand, where
we
is
are
it?
currently
I know it happens on
into
this
our
scene.
journey.
I've seen it
Coffee is en
before.
route. Current ship status.
There it is, right there.
Absolutely.
His hand showed electricity. That means the captain is right now in the state of being jumping around after death. Like that was what that whole electricity thing meant before. All right, so then if we fast forward a little bit.
Reviving head engineer.
Mark comes out. I love the slapstick.
What the hell is...
All right, Mark's dead. So that's death on Mark. This is the first video, the very first video. Mark dies. So I want to show you something. All right, we're gonna fix life support. So we're still in the universe where Mark dies. We're gonna fix life support. Then we're going to wake the crew. Hopefully I've got this right.
Initiating.
I'm gonna wake the crew one more time. Hopefully I got the right path. And then this is still the universe where Mark died. We have not deviated from this universe. Okay? This is still the universe where Mark dies. We're gonna blow it up before it blows you up.
What are you doing? Captain, I just... No!
Okay. Now fast forward.
Initializing
We wake up in the pod.
emergency waking protocol.
Now last...
Captain, something is very wrong!
Alert! Fire on the bridge. Alert! Fire extinguished.
Then the life support is gonna fail.
Alert! Life support systems
Failing,
failing.
Captain!
See, that right there? Mark should not have known that. He should not have known that those things were going to happen, even if he came back to life, because he died before all that stuff happened. This suggests that this Mark came from a path that we did not travel down, if you go down this path. And of course, we know what the other paths are. So if we go to okay, So, no, the other way. No, I went the wrong way. Stop going that way. There we go. Okay. So the route we just took was fix life support, wake Gunther, wake Celsi, and then we blow it up. And then Mark's here, and he knows everything that's going to happen. But on this path, even if Mark came back to life, he shouldn't have known that stuff. That suggests Mark went down one of these other paths, and then somehow the consciousness from one of those paths jumped to this. So that right there suggests that the consciousness is jumping around these different paths. They're all still happening. All these paths are still happening. They're just jumping around. So there's more than one captain and more than one Mark doing all these paths. Like, they're all happening. And then they just all converge when they reach the core. And let me show you more proof of this. I'm going to show you... I got to figure out how to get there, though. Okay. I know how to get there now. So... Alright, so we're going to make it to the end. I know this must be a dream gets to the end. So we're going to make it to the end, go towards the light. Call an emergency meeting. Send a distress signal. Don't attack. All right, so we've met the criminal now. This is important. We've met the criminal. Okay. So then we'll tell her we need her help. But we won't open the door. We'll call for... no, we'll think of the colonists. Gunther, think of the colonists. Yep. Now, this is it. Now, we blow it up before it blows you up.
What?
That leads to... this.
What is wrong with this ship? You did something.
Hey, whoa. We didn't do anything. It's just a wormhole problem. We just need to solve it.
It's a wormhole. No, it is not just a wormhole.
Now, we've met her before. We know that. We do know that we've met her before. But this part right here...
You blew us up. You just decided to just... That was a perfectly reasonable decision.
She says we blew her up. That we blew her up. But with the path we just took... oh, sorry. It wasn't on screen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Let me do that. My bad. Okay. So let me show you guys that again. Let me show you all that again. All right, so we got to the end. I'm so sorry, guys. We got to the end. Go towards the light.
Come on.
Then we called an emergency meeting.
Yeah, you're probably right. They deserve to know what's happening. And they might have some ideas how to
Then
solve
after the emergency meeting, we sent a distress signal that allows us to meet Wug.
Still stuck in the wormhole.
Admiration, our culture.
We did not attack Wug.
Yeah.
Then we meet the lady and the criminal.
Die.
After this, it doesn't matter what we do. You can choose either path. It doesn't matter. Just tell her we need her help.
Boss.
Don't open the door.
Probably a good idea.
Gunther, think of the colonists. That shifts us to another dimension. And then blow it up before it blows you up.
What?
Yeah. And that leads us back here. And she says, oh, hey.
You just decided to just... That was a perfectly reasonable decision.
She says we blew her up, and she remembers dying. Now, in that route I just took y'all down, that doesn't happen. Where does it happen? Wait, what I did? No, that was the wrong thing. There we go. Where does it happen? It happens here. Use the device or plan K. If you use plan K, then you blow her up. But the thing is, there's no way to get from plan K to this right here. We've been here before. We've never been here before. Let me zoom in more. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, plan K is right here. You can use the device or you can do plan K. Plan K is where we blow her up. So she is also jumping around. So, and there's more evidence of this, that people are jumping around through different timelines. It's not just us. I thought it was just Mark and the captain that were jumping around. But different people, or Mark, captain, and the lady, I thought it was just those three who were jumping around. But different people are jumping around. So it seems like all of these choices are going to be canon because they all, you can encounter instances of all of them, with the exception of this one, which is where Celsi freezes you forever, which, like I said, is probably the closest thing to a good ending, because you don't actually die. So if you don't die, you can't jump to another universe, or trap forever, where Mrs. Whitaker traps you in that dimension for no reason. Was there another reason other than comedic effect for the 90s detective part? It was mostly for comedy, but it was also to show that you're jumping to different universes. Whenever the captain uses the wormhole thing, he thinks he's either they think they're either jumping back in time or they're just jumping through space. But they're jumping to different universes because I think this is part of the theory. I think their crystal has to do that. It doesn't give them a choice. Okay, so now that we know that, my theory is, and it's kind of an obvious one when you think about it, but when I put it together, I felt like my mind had, I was a genius or something. My theory is, when old Mark shoots us into outside the universe, the warp core pops in, and then it says, what's it called? Paradox detected? Yeah, paradox detected, or anomaly detected, something like that. And old Mark says it wouldn't shut up about that stuff, suggesting that old Mark, not just Mark himself, specifically old Mark, is the paradox. And something else I want to show you guys, and this time I'll remember to put it on screen because I'm a good YouTuber. Right. Something else I want to show you guys way back here. Call an emergency.
Yeah, you're probably right. They deserve to know.
Always being open and honest with the crew. Never hold it.
What?
Bottom line is, we need to get to the warp core and shut it down. It's having effects that are ideas.
Yeah.
No.
You know nothing about wormhole.
No.
We pop
An apology because
stuff.
because someone.
This right here. Okay, right
Clearly,
here.
We need to send out a distress signal because someone sabotaged this ship.
Now that she mentions it, some of the damage on the ship did seem intentional. I think someone needs to go over every inch of this ship and do.
Right. So they're saying someone sabotaged the ship. And what does Mark say in response to that?
No one sabotaged the ship because the only two people that can change anything on the ship are me and the captain. And the only person that I trust more than myself is the captain. And two, how could
only two people could possibly sabotage the ship, either us or Mark. And who's in the core room right now doing stuff messing with the ship? Old Mark. So I think, one more thing I got to show. It's down an alternate route, though. I got to figure out how to get to that route. It's the Plan K route. I got to figure out how to get to the Plan K route. Plan K, where are you? No, not, I always think I'm in freaking, stop doing that. Okay, Plan K. How do I get to Plan K? I gotta go. Okay. I gotta back up and then fire all weapons. So we're already here, so let's do that. Let's back up, pop her in reverse, and then fire all weapons.
I was hoping you'd say that, Captain.
All right, now right here.
To save them, or will they be doomed
this part right
to
here,
suffer the same fate over and over again? And will Mark ever learn the captain's deep, dark secret?
What?
Only one.
I didn't pay any attention to that when he first said it. It was like, what? Apparently the captain has a deep, dark secret. And, yeah, it's kind of weird because in the other timelines we saw, the captain just lived out their life. They didn't really do anything sinister unless the ending called for it, like when they locked all the colonists in the cave, that's because they were waiting for it to happen. But putting all that information together, here's what I think happened. Here's my theory of what happened. The captain, we are not in the original timeline. The original timeline happened, and in that original timeline, Mark found out the captain's dark secret. And that made Mark think the captain was going to destroy the universe. Or maybe the captain did destroy the universe. But something happens that makes Mark think the captain destroyed the universe. The captain messes with the wormhole and creates the paradox and the anomaly. And that's where we come in. We wake up at the aftermath. The ship's malfunctioning because Mark has sabotaged it. Mark knows the turrets, he knows cryo, and he knows the reactor. He knows all those well enough to fix them, and he has the ability to sabotage them. So old Mark does that because he's trying to get rid of us, the captain, for some reason, and he thinks it's worth it. That's why at the end he says, "I'm sorry for a lot of things," because he's killed a lot of people. He has successfully killed a lot of people. He just didn't predict that his doing that would make us and himself and other people warp around through time. So the warp core brought him, us, and the lady together because the lady is also trying to fix it. She also has a crystal to help her fix the anomaly. All of us together to sort everything out and fuse it all together to make it all canon, to make everything that happened canon. And I think part 2 is going to go into that. So that's my theory of what's going on. The screen. What about the screen? I played everything I showed. I double checked, and the audio is still up. References, yes. Appearances, no. Worf appears in an Easter egg to tease part 2. Yeah. That's what that was. I didn't know it was Worf. Yeah, there are a couple of Easter eggs. This is something else Mark did differently, is that he made a part 2, and it really shocked people. They mentioned it, I think they mentioned it twice. Once in the narrator route and once in the Where is it? I think it's down here. I'm ready. Hold on a sec. Yeah, if you go down the hold on a sec route, Worf stash appears. Or at least somebody who has similar mannerisms to it. It's Mark, a silly version of Mark. So what is... Oh, what does everybody else think? Also, something else. I didn't find this, but somebody else mentioned this. There we go. Jeez. The mouse has to be so freaking precise. All right, I gotta get to a certain ending. Okay, so here's the beginning.
Captain, what the hell is...
Fire suppression system off.
We're gonna put out the fire.
What's going on?
And wake back up. We're gonna save Mark.
Hull breach detected. See bulkhead.
Thank you. What's happening?
Alert.
Then we gotta put out the fire. This part right here.
Captain.
Turn around. Don't open the door. Clearly a reference to not opening the door. Don't wake the captain. Arrow pointing that way. A bunch of tallies, maybe days. Stop breathing my air. I don't know what that one is. Don't wake the captain again. Sleepyhead. Glowing blue eyes. Oh! Oh. So... Okay, so I think I know what's going on. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. All right, so glowing blue eyes, and there's a lot of things that's saying, don't wake the captain. And it looks like there's, you know, cryo going on. And somebody's trying to get out. I think we can actually... I think I know where that is. So let's get to the ending. We'll speed run the ending. Fix it from the outside. Fix it from the outside. Fix it from the outside.
Ain't sure of it.
Go towards the light. Call an emergency meeting. Send a distress signal. Don't attack.
You get the help you need or you die.
This part doesn't matter. They do the exact same thing.
Don't do that.
Don't open the door. Come through the thick of the colonists. Bert, think of the colonists. Here we go.
Acknowledged.
Then we go to another universe, and in this universe...
Keeps going and going and going.
Well, this is weird, though, because this is the
ship in
cryo
space,
lab.
Captain. I'm gonna put everybody to sleep. It's much better than this endless looping nightmare that you and Mark put us in.
Celsi also has glowing blue eyes here. I didn't notice that. Somebody else did in the comments. But that's what I wanted to point out. But I think...
But don't worry. If you were to leave this room, it doesn't matter. I've rigged up the whole ship to be one big cryopod. This is for your own good.
Yeah, okay, so... What room are we in? I think we're in the cryo lab. Like, I'm pretty sure we're in the cryo lab right here. Because, yeah, there's no... That door should lead to the core. So I was going to say, oh, hey, maybe that's supposed to be you in that pod in this universe. But you're not in the... You're not in on the bridge. You're in the cryo lab. Because if you, think of the colonists, you do get in your pod.
Think of the colonists.
Like...
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, you get in this pod, so I thought maybe Celsi put those maybe Celsi put those notes up. I mean, it could just be a detail that Mark forgot. But yeah, so I kind of still think that's true. I kind of think maybe that universe is just connected to this universe. But I also feel like the glowing blue eyes, like that could mean something. Did she not go to sleep when we did? We don't know. We don't see what happens to her. This is the cryolab. She's in with the people, with the colonists who are already asleep. So I don't see why she wouldn't have gone to sleep.
Sometimes the best decision is for things to end.
I don't know why her eyes are blue. That could just be an aesthetic thing, but the fact that the captain's eyes were blue at the beginning,
Just take a deep breath.
it really makes me think these two scenes are connected in some way. Hello, Shady. Are you enjoying the game so far? I take it you mean In Space with Markiplier. Yes, I am very obsessed with it. Like I keep thinking about it, and like I've shown people, I have this flow chart of it right here, of the whole thing. But I wonder if Trapped Forever and Forever Frozen are going to be canonical. Like, I don't think they will be. I think these are just non-canon endings. But if the Warp Core merges everything together, maybe they will also be canonical. When I saw that, I thought it was shaking because of a paradox of two of the same person, the captain, seeing themselves. Possibly. It's a mystery? Yeah. In Space with Markiplier is a mystery. Like, nobody expected it to be. That was very good on Mark, keeping that hidden. Mark did a lot of different things with In Space with Markiplier. He separated into at least two parts. There could be a part 3 for all we know. But he separated into at least two parts. And then he separated part 1 into 2 acts, where the first act is a typical do something with Markiplier, and then the second act is this really crazy adventure that goes just all over the place. This game was complicated. Well, it's drawn out. This is what all games look like. You'd be surprised how many games have flowcharts, and they're not nearly as complicated as this. This is just a couple of YouTube videos. And this is just part 1. I actually think Heist was more complicated than this because this is just part 1. Well, Heist doesn't loop in on itself though, for the most part. Heist just keeps going down different paths. Are you a big fan of Markiplier? He's not my favorite YouTuber, but he is an inspiration. I think he's very, very good at improv, something I would like to get better at. A lot of people say, oh, Shady, you're really hilarious, which is great, but I have a hard time improving on camera. I can improv in front of an audience sometimes, but in front of a camera, when I don't have that audience reaction, I'm not good at it, in my opinion. I think the old lady is sus for... Oh, yeah, I always forget about Mrs. Whitaker. Mrs. Whitaker is obviously connected to everything that's going on. The fact that she remembers stuff, the fact that she's there in the Trapped Forever ending. Mrs. Whitaker is the one who traps you in the Trapped Forever ending, so she's definitely has something that's going on. I don't know exactly what, but yeah. Or maybe it was just a fun project and we're taking it too seriously. Well, he's clearly put a mystery into it. Mark has clearly put a mystery into this. And maybe some things aren't going to add up to the degree in which we're pushing it. But you're clearly supposed to try to solve this. Like, there are lots of clues being left. Just a little fun fact about me making this flowchart. When you make a flowchart like this, if the lines intersect, like they're not going to the same destination, you're supposed to have them jump over each other. And I couldn't figure out how to do that in Excel. So I just tried to make it so no line intersect. And I got most of it down except here. right here. I could not figure out how to get this to not intersect. Because like I tried moving this stuff around and it just made it more complicated. That's the only intersection though for lines that aren't going to the same destination. Shady, in mysteries, you should never overlook anyone in old ladies. The most suspicious person is usually someone you least expect. It's not that I least expect her. It's just that she gets pushed out of my brain. Like she's so obviously in on it. I just forget about her though. Like a lot of the stuff is in the forefront of my mind. She isn't. Probably because she's obvious. Like the obvious stuff I do tend to push aside. Somebody asked earlier, and I don't remember if I finished answering because I get distracted, but they asked if the black and white had anything to do with anything other than comedy. Yes, it was to show we were in a different universe. We don't know what happened to our original universe. It all ends with you dying. You should take the fall for everyone, or, well, that's my take. I mean, no matter what path you go down, you are eventually going to die. It's usually going to... three of them are of old age. And 2 of them are of being murdered. What happened to the white guy? What white guy? I'm not sure what white guy you're referring to. No, I'm uncertain. Mark did just find the warp core in space, so wouldn't the old lady be the core's real owner? Possibly. Oh, something else. We don't know what happened to the first Invincible. Because, like, I feel like he's dropping hints about that could just be a comedy thing. Oh, the first Invincible was called didn't survive, so we're doomed to fail. That could just be a joke. But it also could be like, pay attention, we're mentioning the first Invincible for a reason. Because Mark mentions it a couple of times. The real Shady Doorags is a white guy. What have you done with him? You'll never know. I'm doing a lot of talking and drinking a lot of water. I don't talk a whole lot if you've never seen my other live streams. But, yeah, so I think I got all my thoughts out with this. I'm actually quite proud of this this flowchart. By the way, I watched every single video, every single one. Just a fun fact: the ending where you reach the core. There are 8 separate videos where that happens. 8 separate videos where you reach the core. Unless Mark did something like he started and ended a video very similarly to each other, then I would have missed it. Lucid dreams are also like that. They seem real like reality, but once you know, it just clicks. Whenever I realize I'm in a dream, I either immediately forget or immediately wake up. Because like when I'm in my dream, I have such a bad attention span. So if anything else in my dream distracts me, I will immediately forget I'm dreaming. Did you get part 2? Part 2 doesn't come out till May. That's why I wanted to do. I actually wanted to do like a game theory type video, but I couldn't get the script right, which happens with almost every video I write. Like I can't get the script right. But usually I just sit on the script for a good couple of weeks or a couple of months. I couldn't do that with this because part 2 is coming out in a month. Isn't there a Wilford Warstash Easter egg? I believe there are two. There's one where there's a mask of Wilford, and there's one where there's this dancer. I don't recall it being Wilford. It doesn't seem like he acts like Wilford, but he doesn't look like Wilford to me. But I don't know. I didn't really look deeply at here. I know where he is. Go find him. I have to fix Celsi from the outside. So, yeah. Oh, you guys can't see that. Hold on. Bring it up. Yeah, I got to fix Celsi from the outside. Then we'll come here. And hold on a second.
What? What did you say? Captain, hey, Captain, where are you going? Captain, we gotta fix the ship. We gotta save the colonists. Captain, we came all this way. Where are you going?
So this guy, I think.
You got to feel it. No.
Yeah, see, his stash isn't pink, so I feel like that's not Worf stash.
No, that's bad. I know why you're here. You're looking for an Easter egg. No, wrong. That's bad. Go back to the main story. You're gonna find nothing here. Our meeting is in part 2, which is not now. This is.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's Worf stash. I mean, could be, but I don't know. I don't know enough about Worf stash. The only the actual Worf stash Easter egg. Let me see if I know where it is. I have to. Right here. This one's an actual Worf stash. You say, we don't need your help.
You heard the captain. We're gonna.
Even taking this situation seriously. Are you just picking choices at random? Or are you merely exploring every nook and cranny to look for some kind of Easter egg? Well, fine then. You want an Easter egg? You get an Easter egg. And there it is. Ooh, it's amazing.
There you go.
It's incredible. It ties together every single piece of lore across the entire universe.
Multiverse.
If only you're smart enough to puzzle it out. You're a genius. You're masterful. You found the impossible, and only you can solve it. Happy? Good. Now either pause the video and work on that, or let's get on with the show.
This one actually upset me because I genuinely did not trust that criminal. I was like, we'll just wake the lady up, tell her it's a misunderstanding, and get her help. I don't want to trust this criminal. And then they treat it like, oh, it's such an obvious answer. There's only one thing you can do, and that's trust the criminal. The answer is Wilford from the short film. Wilford. Okay, well, I've never seen that. Like I said, I don't know too much about Wilford Warstash. I haven't seen many videos with him in them. I don't know what this is, but Ari Mark shows he really has a massive mind of creativity in writing absolute memes. I mean, yeah. The Do Something with Markiplier series has always been memey. It could be a fake mustache on top of his real mustache. I mean, I feel like Mark would have made that obvious. There has been one other version of Warstash whose mustache isn't pink. He appeared in a short cut. Yeah, that's what Will said as well. So maybe it is him. I don't know. I'm willing to accept that that's him. I just, for what I know of Warstash, he's got a silly accent. He's reckless, and he has a pink mustache. That's all I know about him. That guy did have a pink mustache, so I was like, maybe that's some other character. Is there romance in this game? Yeah, there actually is. There's a whole route full of romance. I love the black and white universe. By the way, I tried to break apart Mark's game. This is how it happened. Like, I tried to break apart, and I tried to find, because you can get to where is it? Let's see. Don't open it. Here it is. Call for backup. If you're gonna call for backup, you have to have met Wug. So what I tried to do was I tried to see if there was a route you could call for backup and not meet Wug, and that's what led me to in-depthly exploring this this thing because you can't. They make sure you meet the lady, you meet the criminal, and you meet Wug before you get to the end. It's impossible to get to the end without doing those three things. You have to meet the lady. In order to meet the lady, you have to meet Wug, and then immediately after you meet the lady, you meet the criminal. Well, wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking about the scary universe. I was like, wait a second. You don't meet the criminal in the scary universe. That's because in order to get to the scary universe, you have to meet the criminal. The scary universe starts by interacting with the criminal. My favorite scene is But Bert, think of the call it is. Like I said, my favorite scene is making Mark do everything. You try to fix cryo from the outside, and then you're just like, screw it, I'm making Mark do everything, and you speed run. Just kicking Mark into the cryo room is just, it brings me too much joy. I also, one part that I just lost it. Here, let me show you. One part that I just lost it on. Oh my goodness, I could not believe how much
Thank
pop her reverse, and then fire all weapons at the wormhole.
I was hoping you'd say that, Captain.
It's me, the
This part right here killed
You
me.
thought I was dead, didn't ya? Oh, I gotta admit, it was a pretty good shot. But when you shoot to kill, you better make sure they're dead, because they might just come shooting back. I'm coming for you, Captain!
Wrong number?
And I died. I just died. I lost it so hard when I first saw that. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so I guess I'll open the floor to you guys for basic questions. I know you guys want to ask me some questions with the live stream, but I basically got my theories out with In Space with Markiplier. I just wanted to announce them to the world. You ever like watch a movie or play a video game and you correctly predict it, but you don't tell anyone, and then the truth happens and you're like, oh, if only I had said it out loud. Now I've said it out loud, so if my predictions come true, I could tell the entire internet that I told you so. But yeah, I'm gonna open the floor to questions. If you guys got questions you want to ask me, you can go ahead and do so. Doesn't matter the topic. As usual, super chats are open. They will take priority, but I will be reading regular chat too. It's just if you want to guarantee I see your question, you can use super chats. Who gave the whole a gun though? Nobody gave it to him. It's just that kind of universe. In that universe, everything's gangster. I also died when the criminal in the black and white universe just pulls out some vodka. That killed me. When is Killing God with Shady Doorags going to be released? Probably never. I would love to do some ambitious projects, but I have less ambitious projects on my plate right now that I got to get through. Last time I live streamed, I was like, yeah, I'm going to work on these Miraculous videos, and I'm going to work on Agretzko Season 4. And I went to do that, and I got such heavy writer's block for the Agretzko video. Like, I could not make that script work for nothing. So how do you feel about Miraculous Ladybug? I like the episode with Nathaniel. I've said it before. My overall thoughts of Miraculous is that it has potential and it has love, but they do a lot of things wrong. I like it because I've watched it for such a long time now. So, you stick with something long enough, you're going to like it no matter how good or bad it is. But it isn't a show I originally liked when I first got into it. I watched the entire first season and I didn't like it because they don't understand superheroes. They try to play off the superhero genre, but they don't understand it. You're so right about your video of Elsa. Yes. There are not too many videos where somebody will say, you are right about this, and I'll say, nah, I was actually wrong. There are a few, but not a whole lot. Regular universe wakes up with coffee. Gangster 30s universe wakes up with alcohol. I mean, all right, so looks like it's a pretty quiet time for. You could try checking out the PV. It was meant to be animated, and Adrian was a different character. It looks like it's pretty quiet time for chat. So go away, thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the stream. Because I got all my thoughts out. I hope I got all my thoughts out. Because I'm going to be ticked if I end this stream. And then I'm going to be like, oh, I forgot to say this. Like, I'm going to be really mad. But thank you guys so much for joining me for this small little stream. I've just been obsessing about this. And I had to get it out of my system. I think Mark did a really good job. I'm really super excited for In Space with Markiplier Part 2. And I love this series in general. So I'll go ahead and end the stream there. And, Jacob Carrasco, thank you so much for the last second super chat. Love your content. Take my money. Have a good day. I will. Thank you, sir. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it there, and I'll see you guys bye. This has been Shady Doorags. So long. Farewell. I have you to say. Goodbye.